So, today we're diving into the big ideas from Ethan Cole's guide on how to completely reset your life. We're going to break it all down into real, practical keys you can start using, well, right now. Okay, let's just start with this one powerful image. What if there was a door? Seriously, on one side is everything you're carrying right now, all the stress, the regrets, the version of yourself you're tired of being. And on the other side, a completely fresh start. Well, think of this summary as the key to that door. But here's the catch. There's one condition. The key only works if you make a promise to yourself, right here, right now. You're ready to take 100% responsibility for your life. No more blaming, no more excuses. If you're in, let's do this. Okay, section 1, the door to a new life. The first thing to get is that opening this door, it isn't about some miracle falling from the sky. It's about a choice. We all tend to think that big change needs some huge dramatic moment, right? A lightning bolt of inspiration. But the truth is, real transformation starts small. It starts with a quiet, simple decision you make the night before you want your new life to begin. Section 2, first step, mourning and truth. So how do you actually take back control? It all starts with the first few moments of your day and the first truths you're willing to tell yourself. Let's look at a guy named Kabir. He's 30, has a good job, but his day starts with this immediate wave of anxiety. And what's the very first thing he does? He grabs his phone. Before his feet even touch the floor, he's flooding his brain with emails, bad news, and social media. He's letting the world dictate his mood. So, Kabir decides to try something called the sunrise script. It's super simple. The night before, he commits to 3 rules. 1, do not touch the phone. 2, just sit and focus on your breathing for 5 minutes. And 3, drink your morning tea or coffee with 0 distractions. It sounds small, but for the first time in years, he was in control of his morning, not his phone. And this brings us to a really powerful idea. This isn't about time management, it's about energy management. See, you can't create more time, but you can protect your energy. By scripting those first few moments, you stop being a victim of your day and you start being its director. All right, so the morning's handled. But what about those little lies we tell ourselves all day long? Let's talk about Megha. She's got the gym membership, the fancy workout clothes, but she never goes. And her reason? It's the classic, I just don't have time. Sound familiar? Then she tries a technique called the mirror of truth. All she does is write down her excuse on a piece of paper. I don't have time. And then she looks at it and asks herself one incredibly powerful question. Is this really true? And just like that, the real answer bubbles up. It had nothing to do with time. The truth was she was tired, and ordering a pizza felt good. The truth was she was afraid of looking silly at the gym, afraid of the workout being hard, afraid of failing, again. The moment she admitted that, the excuse lost all its power. Section 3, removing the old burden. Okay, facing those truths is huge. Now we gotta deal with the baggage from the past. You know, the guilt, the regrets we carry around like a backpack full of rocks. It's time to set it down. This is Samir. To everyone else, he looked like a success story, but inside, he was being haunted. 5 years ago, he'd betrayed a friend in a business deal, and that guilt was this heavy anchor he dragged with him into every single day. So he tries the release technique. He goes to a river, finds a heavy stone, and for a few minutes, he just holds it and pours all that guilt, all that shame into this physical object. Then, out loud, he says, I forgive myself. And with all his strength, he hurls that stone into the water. See, our brains respond to physical acts. He wasn't just throwing a rock. He was giving his mind a powerful physical symbol of letting go. All right, so past guilt is one thing. But what about that little voice in your head? The one that pipes up right when you're about to do something brave. You're not good enough. You're going to fail. What will people say? That internal critic is maybe our biggest enemy of all. So here's the solution, and it's kind of brilliant. Just give that voice a name. Take Akanksha. She would totally freeze up before big work presentations. So she decided to name her inner critic Pushpa. The next time that voice started up, she just internally smiled and thought, oh, settle down, Pushpa, I've got this. By giving it a name, you separate it from yourself. You realize it's not you, it's just a noisy pattern. And it starts to lose its grit. Section 4, creating a new direction. Okay, we've done the cleanup work, we've dealt with the past, we've quieted the critic. Now it's time to build.
This is all about setting a new direction, so you're not just drifting aimlessly.
Let's talk goals for a sec. Rohit had a goal to lose 20 kilos, and he kept failing. So he tried this one-word anchor technique. He asked himself, why do I really want this? And the answer wasn't a number. It was a feeling. It was to have enough energy to really play with his daughter, to feel truly alive. So alive became his word. A number on a scale is boring, but a feeling? That's rocket fuel.
Now, check this out. Priya wanted to be an artist, but all her art supplies were shoved in a box in the closet. Her environment was constantly whispering to her, "You're not really an artist." So she did one small thing. She cleared an entire wall in her apartment and set up her easel and her paints. Immediately, her own room started shouting, "You are an artist, let's go." Your environment is either your biggest supporter or your biggest critic.
And that brings us to section 5, the hero of your story. We've cleared the path, we've set the new direction. This is the final and honestly, the most important piece of the puzzle, deciding which role you're going to play in your own life.
When it comes right down to it, every situation offers a choice between two mindsets. The victim mindset asks, why is this happening to me? It's passive. It gives away all your power. The hero mindset asks, okay, this is happening. What can I do about it? It takes the power right back. And you always get to choose which question you ask. And I'm just going to leave this here for a second, because it says it all. If you don't step up and take the starring role in your own life story, you will automatically be cast as a supporting character in someone else's. So after all these ideas and techniques, what's the one thing to remember? It's this. Your new life doesn't start with some grand plan for next week or next year. It starts with one small, concrete action that you take today. The entire journey starts with that single step. And that brings us to the only question that really matters right now. The question for you. Looking towards that new life, towards that open door, what will be your first small step?